associate. I'm a teacher in Canada. And in Canada, poverty means something very different than it means in many parts of the world. So in our group, the first thing we did is try to learn about one another, not only our skill sets, but also about how we define poverty in our local instances.
Hello, my name is Hava Zeybek Şantaş. I am from Turkey. In my school, one cause of poverty is the lack of education of our parents. Our parents' education level is very low, so their income level is very low. My rolling project is design logo. Thank you.
I'm Sangeeta Shukraman from India. In my country, 29.8% of population is below the poverty line. And we have students from different economic backgrounds studying in the same school. And our current, this project is aimed at empowering students with meaningful, so that they can contribute meaningful contributions in eradicating poverty by developing life skills and citizenship skills.
Hello there, my name is Jonas Becklin, I'm from Sweden. In Sweden we are dependent on innovations, and the way of ending poverty is through entrepreneurship.
Hello everyone, I'm Su Yilan from Taiwan. In our country, the government will give poor people living at the medical allowance. These people do not stop to this, but life is tough to maintain a basic. Parents require a better development and future of children because they have to give up what they really want to do to bear their family. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mehtap Kılıç. I'm from Turkey. I'm a primary school teacher in Turkey. In my school, one cause of poverty is my students can't buy notes or other kinds of books because books are very expensive. My role in the project is designing student presentation. Thank you.
Jonas, can we go to the first graphic, please? So one of the things we learned as a team is that poverty, to tackle global poverty makes no sense unless you understand the local context. So we designed a project where students, groups of students work together to discover what the problems are with poverty in the local situation. They might do a project on getting books for a library, or getting a food bank fundraise for, or getting a water filter, or building a brochure to publicize something about a specific project at their school. Within each team, we would see students take on various roles, the same way our team took on various roles. A liaison person that might connect with a library if you want to do something about raising books. A person who's a communication expert, you might want a contribution that can put that idea on a wiki so that a community mentor could go in and help edit and give suggestions. You might want to have someone take the role of a leader or of a tech person who's the audiovisual wizard. In our case, Jonas was our video guy. Jonas, maybe you can pull up the image of the sighting in the full first one. So we envision a place where people can share these stories locally and connect across the globe. One problem at a time locally to one world of problems and solutions. On this site, there's a lot to this social media. We've set up a number of channels. One that I'll show you at a time. Let's just look at the Facebook page for a second, Jonas, if we could. So on Facebook, we created this page, but we've already got contributions from around the world. People who are saying, hey, I want to participate in this project. What if we had students sharing this way in an open way, rather than having to use a login on something they're not already familiar with? Jonas, can we go to the other sketch for a moment? So what we had is an idea, how do we share these projects? How do we put them online? So we first started with design elements to make sure we had everything we wanted in a project. And this is what we come up with. Maybe we can go to the master reel situation. So the same way students start with a dream and turn it into a vision by using different talents, we've done the same thing. We've got 3 panels. This is a website that's optimized for mobility, so that students in developing countries or anywhere in the world, where if you want to view this on a mobile, you can just view a group's project panel by panel and scroll across. So you learn about the group and what their project is. In the center panel, you could have all kinds of media embedded in the project. And 3 key questions: what is the problem, what we did, and an invitation to people around the world to say what they would do. gallery of photos, and a way to connect to this project in particular. So you could like it on Facebook, tweet about it, put it on a pin board, and could have a live feed. At the very bottom, you'll notice there's a hashtag at the bottom, which we see as a unifying feature for this project, but also for other projects throughout this entire forum. In fact, if you notice the bottom tab, we've colored, because our project's on poverty, but we could take projects on absolutely anything in this particular database, simply highlighting the different fields depending on which the project is all about. So that's mostly what our project's all about. We know what poverty is in our local areas. More than that, we need students to discover what it is in their local areas and to connect around the world so that we can have one world tackling poverty. I don't know if you have any questions, but we'd be happy to take them.
So we have about 4 minutes for questions.
Hi, very good. Hey, Ron.
How are you doing?
Explain better the role of the students. I hear maybe a misunderstanding, but I'm hearing about the project you guys created.
Yes. Jonas, could you go back to the circles again?
Thank you.
Okay, so we understood poverty. Imagine us being students in a school who are being asked to solve world hunger. It means nothing unless they can understand that in every single classroom on the planet, there's diversity in what people have. A lack of resources, whether they be intellectual, physical, emotional, material, whatever that lack is it books, is it computers, is it intellectual things? What poverty means locally. So students in a classroom would figure out, what does poverty mean to us? And do projects, so they'd be grouped in their school, taking on different roles the same way we have. And they would do a real world project. That real world project might be connecting a book library, for example, partnering with local agencies to get all the books into the school that are extra and getting them out to families who need them. That's the outcome, that's the product. And the students who take on the role to do it would have different roles, to put things on the wiki, to take photographs, to document with technology, to liaise with community agencies and such.
Okay, so I hear about a student product, but I'm not clear still on how students will develop their knowledge. You said they'll need to know,
Well,
and they'll create. How will
the
they know?
connecting is the key piece. So the way this is set up is to encourage the idea about people Skyping and connecting with other people around the world. So a local project here, you can see this group is connected with someone in Europe and someone in Australia to share their story about what poverty means in their part of the world. That connection leverages the expertise across the globe. So these people, these students in Australia that Skyped with this group that's in North America might have solutions to the problem in North America that these kids in North America never dreamed of. So it's through those ongoing conversations that they get recognized by a badge that would say, hey, they participated in an international conversation, or that they leveraged their expertise in technology, and they would share that expertise and learn from one another. I'm not sure, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you. It's very good. Maybe you might just say a little bit about the languages, even just between the countries that are on the stage. How do you envisage that will be addressed?
Well, we've got, do we put the icon for the translate, Bing Translate?
No.
It's not there, but we envision using Bing Translate that would be on the site so you can translate in any language, any of the products. We're also looking at it being multimedia, so certainly having subtext and subtitles on videos and that sort of thing would be what we plan to do. Any other questions?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Can you explain which is the role of the technology in this process?
Well, individual projects at the school level are going to be wide-ranging, but we envision people doing things that are trying to tell the story. So any tool to communicate the story might be text, might be video, might be photo. We see ChronoZoom as playing a key role in this. I didn't think we have time to discuss this, but when a project goes on ChronoZoom, it allows other people around the world to then grow from that project. So you can envision on a ChronoZoom timeline that it might start with a project on books in one country and lead to book projects around the world that all grow from that one. And we have a timeline to demonstrate that. But I envision students sharing the work on a wiki, students publishing software, and thanks very much for the time. Team, thanks for joining me. Thanks a lot.